Hello everyone. So wow, today's been a day, but I'm pushing myself. I was supposed to make this video by myself, but little man decided not to take a nap, so he is joining me in this video. And so the reason why I'm making this video today is because I wanted to basically just share my story. I wanted to share my story about how I got here, you know, who I am, why I'm so passionate about this new business, this mompreneur coaching business that is starting officially tomorrow, July 1st. So here we go. So I initially started my entrepreneur journey when I was about to graduate college. So I went to the University of Florida, Go Gators, for originally dance was my major. I ended up changing it to family, youth, and community sciences. So in my mind, I was like, all right, I'm ready to go. I'm about to graduate. And my last semester of college, I got pregnant with my daughter. So that like totally threw it in a curveball because I was going to go get my master's and do research methods and just all these things. And God had different plans, obviously. And so long story short, I ended up relocating and moving back to South Florida. And so when I moved back to South Florida, I got a job immediately in the social services realm. And my dad, he then offered me an opportunity to open up a dance studio. So for me, I was just like, there's no way dance can be a career or on a dance studio, on top of the fact that I'm pregnant and opening a business would be crazy. Like, what about stability? And the opportunity to jump into entrepreneurship just really showed me a lot of how much fear and doubt that I had in myself, and how I was really just very scared of failure and instability and pretty much everything that comes with being an entrepreneur. And so my husband is total opposite. He's total like go-getter, total like, let's do this thing, like you can do it, you're strong, you're smart, like not my number one fan. And so I was like, you know what, whatever, like let's do this, like I'm gonna go for it. So long story short, we get the dance studio started. We literally started with no capital. Okay, so when I tell you like no capital, like we started with like $6,000 from my credit line for a full-on business dance studio, which you need dance floors, you need mirrors, which are expensive as hell. You need systems in place, you need a bunch of things that you wouldn't think that you would need for a dance studio. Sorry for the distractions. Puppy, look. And so we did it. I don't know how, but we did it. And so it was very hard. It was a long journey, guys. I'm not even gonna lie. People kind of make entrepreneurship to be like this super famed, like super amazing thing because of the financial freedom that you can get and the time freedom you can get, for sure. Especially, you know, being a new mom, it was nice to be able to, you know, have my daughter with me and still be able to work and make an income. And so, mind you, it was probably, honestly guys, like the toughest 3 years of my life. It was a lot of blood, sweat, and tears that went into that dance studio. We built our own clientele up from the bottom up. We did all our own marketing, all our own branding, everything. So essentially we started as a quote-unquote franchise from a branch called Casa Salsa, but that's all you're given is just, you know, the curriculum for the classes. It was a Latin dance studio, so curriculum for the salsa and bachata classes and all of that. But everything else you had to do. So essentially you're literally building your business from the ground up. So it was crazy. I thought that this was going to be such an easy process. I thought it was going to be like, oh, it's no problem, you're just hosting dance classes. Boy, was I wrong. So I went through it all. I had every role. I did dance instructor, I did front desk, I did admin, I did finance, I did payroll, I did the accounting, I did marketing, I did branding, I did everything, every single role that you can think of for my dance studio. So thank God I had, you know, help along the way. I had partners, you know, but as everybody kind of did their own thing, it ended up just being me running the studio. And so meanwhile, I have my daughter. It was very hard and very tough on me because I feel like as a mom, you kind of create these expectations of how you're supposed to be a mom and all of the stuff and the bonding that you're supposed to have with your kids and, you know, all of the fantasizing, you know, stuff that happens. And so it was tough. And while I'm doing that, having to make phone calls, having to fix things, I'm raising my daughter. So to make things a little bit crazier, right after I had my daughter, a year and a half later, things are going good. I'm finally getting the hang of things because I'm like, wow, I feel like a normal human being again. And then I got pregnant again with my son. And that was like a big shocker to me because I was like, oh my gosh, like I finally got things, like I can finally focus on the business. My daughter was in daycare and I got pregnant. And so mind you, my son is like the biggest blessing ever. Like he has my heart. But at that time, when I tell you that I was panicking, I was panicking. And so I was like, you know what, God, like, I'm just going to continue to push forward. I'm just going to continue to push through. So I did. And I just worked hard. I trusted the process. I pushed myself. Guys, when I tell you that I was in my dance studio every single night, and it was hard because at that time I had no work-life balance. Mind you, once I had my son, I then had almost a 2-year-old and a newborn and a baby business. And on top of that, I'm married, so I have my husband, I have my family, I have my friends. And my hardest struggle was learning how to manage my time because my heart was to make my business successful. I did not want to fail. I was very hard-headed. I was like, failure is not an option for me. Like, I'm going to work this thing to the death of me, like no matter what it takes. And so it was really difficult for me to find that balance. And so after time, I realized that no matter who I talked to, no matter who I got mentorship from, if they weren't a mom or a wife or in my shoes and being a business owner, they just didn't get what I was going through. And that was really hard for me because here I am, this young new entrepreneur and a new mom and a new wife, and I'm trying to balance it all. And thank God I had my family to help me so much, so that way I could be in my studio, my husband to help me so much so I could be in my studio. But when I tell you that the sacrifice is immense, that's the part that people don't see when you become an entrepreneur or even want to really like showcase. They don't want to showcase the hard times. They only want to showcase the great times, the money making times, you know? So it was a big learning experience, a big learning journey. I learned how to run a business from the bottom up, how to start a business from the bottom up, how to build and grow and market and brand and build community within a business. And for that, I'm forever grateful. Like the amount of faith that I built while working that studio is something that I can never get anywhere else, you know? And so that's how I knew that God had a plan for me and that it was meant for me to do what I had to do. And even though it was hard, when I tell you that I cried, I was also so happy. Every single type of emotion. But I learned how to manage. I learned how to manage a lot. I learned how to make time for the things that I want. I hated when someone would tell me or quote unquote challenge me that you can't be a mom and run a business, or why aren't you with your kids? Where are your kids at? Or, oh my God, you're always here at the studio. Why aren't you with your family? Those things would piss me off because I was just like, who says that once you become a mom, your life also has to stop, that your dreams also have to stop? It doesn't. And I'm here to share that message with other moms who want to start a business or who have a business or who need help with learning how to manage and find that balance, because I've been through it. I know I've gone through the entire process of starting a business and growing a business and having a family at the same time, a new family, newborns. So for me, this was really about, helping and taking my experiences, my pain, my weaknesses, my strengths, everything that I learned and want to grow within myself, to help and transfer that and inspire and share that with other mompreneurs. And so with my dance studio, when COVID happened, it was very tough, especially for a new business, because the nature of what my dance studio was about is coupling up and dancing with people and partnership and everything like that. So when COVID happened, I mean, we quickly pivoted to online classes, but it just wasn't enough. And there was a lot of things going on, a lot of financial burdens that were starting to become a huge problem, because for anybody who knows dance studios, hi Bubby, thank you. Trying to do both. Thank you, my love. Dance studios were one of the last businesses to be able to open, just like gyms. So I was faced with a decision. On what to do and how to basically, start new again. So I had to make a decision, and I decided that I wanted to, sorry guys, this is what happens. Hello. This is what happens when you got a little man. So I decided to make a decision, and that decision was to go ahead and move on to the next chapter of my life. So that next chapter for me was this coaching business and becoming not just a business and branding coach, because that's like, what I love, but specifically for mompreneurs, moms who have a business, moms who want to grow a business, moms who have a dream and a passion in their heart and they want to make it a reality. That was my soul mission and is my soul mission for this coaching business. And so I just think you can work with anybody, literally anybody, but when you find someone who can relate to you, not just in your situation, but can understand your heart, can understand your mind, can understand what you're feeling, it's a whole different scenario. And for me, I wish I had that. I wish I had that when I was starting my business and growing my business, because I had great mentorship, but that factor and that part was missing. And that was so hard for me because I felt like I'm alone. I don't have anybody, nobody understands me. I feel like there's roadblocks in my life that I can't overcome and nobody can help me do it. And, thank God that, honestly, I just prayed all the time. But, thank God that I literally had faith and pushed through, because I'm telling you, if I didn't, I probably would have just given up. I would have just given up on my business. I would have just stopped because it was that hard. And that's just being honest. And so, here I am today, and I'm just ready. I'm ready to find those moms. I'm ready to receive those moms who want to grow, who want to say, you know what? I can be a bomb-ass mom and a bomb-ass businesswoman. I can do it all, because you can do it all. And the fact and the limitations that, society or past culture or anything that has put on women, that they're restricted to just things of the home or just things with, your children or as a wife, I think it's garbage. And so for me, that's my mission. That's my goal. That's my heart's desire, is to help these moms grow, nurture their business, but as well, most importantly, grow and nurture themselves. Because if you're not okay, your family is not okay, your business is not going to be okay. And as well, it's going to take such a mental toll on you. And if I can help prevent that, and I can help give you the tools to make sure that you are keeping consistent and stable and working towards your goals and working through those hard times, then I've done my job. So again, that's just my mission with this business. I want to help moms, share their message and put it into their branding, make sure that their heart and what their passion is being showed through their business. It's not always about sales and, all these things. It's really about just showing, your message and sharing your purpose through what you want to do in your life and through your business. And so, yeah, guys. Hi. Guys, he's so cute. Look at this guy. This is my number 2. So that's really just a little bit about my story and about my journey.